In the ancient rugged highlands of Israel, a dark chapter of ambition and betrayal was about to be written. This is the story of Abimelech. Abimelech was the son of the great judge Gideon, but born to a concubine from the city of Shechem. His very name meant, "My father is king." While his father refused a crown, Abimelech hungered for it. He went to his mother's kin, whispering seeds of doubt and seeking their support for his rise. The leaders of Shechem gave him 70 pieces of silver from the temple of Baal-Berith. With this blood money he hired reckless and worthless mercenaries. In a display of ruthless cruelty, Abimelech led his men to Ophrah. There, upon a single stone, he murdered 70 of his own brothers. Only Jotham, the youngest brother, managed to hide and escape the slaughter. He watched from the darkness as his family's legacy was bathed in blood. The misguided people of Shechem gathered at the great oak tree. There they proclaimed the murderer Abimelech as their king, the first in Israel's history. But Jotham would not remain silent. He climbed the heights of Mount Gerizim and shouted a parable that would serve as a divine warning. He spoke of trees seeking a king. The olive, the fig, and the vine all refused, choosing to bear good fruit rather than rule over others. Finally, they asked the bramble. The useless thorn bush agreed, saying, "Let fire come out of the bramble and devour the cedars of Lebanon." Jotham's message was clear. If Abimelech was a worthy king, they should rejoice. But if not, fire would consume both king and people. 3 years passed. The alliance of blood began to rot. God sent a spirit of ill will between Abimelech and the citizens of Shechem. A man named Gaal stirred the people to rebellion, mocking Abimelech during the harvest festivals. The city that crowned him now plotted his death. When Abimelech heard of the treachery, his rage was absolute. He led his forces at dawn, ambushing the city from the mountains. He captured Shechem and slaughtered its inhabitants. In a final act of spite, he leveled the city and sowed the ground with salt. The remaining survivors fled to the inner tower. Abimelech, determined to destroy them all, ordered his men to gather brushwood and branches. The tower was set ablaze. 1,000 men and women perished in the fire, fulfilling Jotham's prophecy that the bramble would devour the city. Drunk on conquest, Abimelech moved to the city of Thebes to crush another rebellion. He approached the tower there, ready to burn it as well. But high above, a woman watched. Seeing the tyrant below, she lifted a heavy upper millstone and threw it with all her strength. The stone struck Abimelech's head, crushing his skull. The self-proclaimed king collapsed, his life fading in the dust of a city he sought to destroy. Even in his final moments, his pride remained. He called his armor-bearer, desperate to avoid the shame of being killed by a woman. "Draw your sword and kill me," he commanded. The armor-bearer reluctantly obeyed, ending the bloody reign of the first king. When the Israelites saw that Abimelech was dead, they departed for their homes. The violence he had sown had finally returned to him. God repaid the wickedness of Abimelech and the people of Shechem. Jotham's curse had been fulfilled to the very letter. The story of Abimelech serves as a timeless warning. Ambition without God leads only to destruction. And pride is the precursor to a fall. In the end, justice is inevitable. True power is not seized through blood, but granted through righteousness.